The top 10 of college softball was complete and utter chaos last week. Every team except for Texas and Washington in my top 10 lost a game last week, and 4 of those teams lost a series. So there were a lot of decisions to make, and it was close to impossible to make it all make sense. But here we go. Texas is the #1 team in the country in my Week 10 Power 10. The Longhorns on an absolute roll after winning the series over Oklahoma. They beat Texas State midweek and swept Baylor. Mia Scott almost hit for the cycle in the series opener where they run-ruled the Bears. Oklahoma will be at 2 after dropping another game but still winning the series over BYU. It feels so unusual for Oklahoma since we're used to seeing them never lose, but it's really on par with the rest of the top 10. Parity keeps increasing this season. Duke comes in at number 3 after dropping a midweek game to Campbell, but then following it up with a sweep over Clemson. Both Duke and OU have 4 losses, the least of anyone, and Duke now picked up some more ranked wins. Tennessee lost a game but won the series over Mississippi State. This team has not dropped a series all year long. That's really impressive. Zeta Pooney had a 2-home-run game in the series finale to lead them to the victory. Stanford moves up to 5 with so many teams dropping. They too dropped a game but won the series over Oregon State. The first 2 wins, though, were via run rule, and they lost by a run in the final game. Nyjah Kennedy still unstoppable through a shutout on Friday. Oklahoma State is the highest ranked team in my Power 10 that did lose a series last week. The Cowgirls lost 2 out of 3 to Iowa State. After dropping the first game of the series, Iowa State walked off the second with a 3-run bomb. But OSU responded with a run rule win on Sunday. They are still at 6 with the series win over Texas not that long ago. Okay, now here's where I struggled the most. Numbers 7 through 10, you could argue not only different orderings for these teams, but different teams for these spots. Nothing seems like the right answer at this point. Texas A&M lost to LSU. LSU lost to UF. UF lost to Missouri. Missouri recently beat UF and LSU, but lost to Arkansas. It's literally a mess. But I think Arkansas's resume as of late with 3 straight series wins over Georgia, Missouri, and now a sweep over South Carolina earns them the 7th spot. They've been grinding out big wins at a crucial part of the season. I've got Missouri behind them since they won the series over LSU a few weeks ago, lost 2 to Arkansas above them, and now just won the series over Florida. And Washington I had at 10 last week after losing the series to Oregon, but they only played and won 2 games last week. So it's harder to place them, but I don't think they deserve to drop with just 7 losses on the season as Arkansas and Missouri move up despite having more losses. And finally at 10, I was torn between Florida and Texas A&M for the last spot, but ended up giving it to the Aggies since the Gators not only lost their series to Missouri, but also lost a midweek. Texas A&M was tough to play since they were swept by LSU a few weeks ago, but they won the series over Kentucky and split with Bama. The rubber match is tonight. Florida's my first team out, and LSU and Georgia also dropped out, with LSU losing its 2nd straight series and Georgia losing its 3rd straight. Let me know what you think of the crazy top 10 in the comments.